I work at the Maine Department of Education as the Visual and Performing Arts Specialist, and I was a classroom art teacher for 30 years before I went to the department, and I joined the department almost 5 years ago. And my primary responsibilities are to work with the visual arts teachers, the music, the dance, and the theater teachers. And there are about 1,250 of them in the state in kindergarten, pre-K through grades 12. Previous to my joining the department, no one had been in the position for about 8 years, and the arts advocacy community advocated pretty hard for several years with the legislature, so the position was refunded, reinstated by the legislature. It is an appointed position, and we as a department basically work with whatever commissioner is in place, and the commissioner is a political appointment by the governor, so we just had a change in governors here in Maine, and consequently we have new commissioner.
Looking at your blog, I noticed that it seems like you're a really big advocate for the arts. So do you work directly with some of the teachers? And if you do, like, what kind of work and collaboration comes out of those meetings?
An art teacher for 30 years. When I came to the department, I was well aware of in my opinion, a real disconnect between what was happening at the policy level in the state and what was happening at the classroom level. And I felt, as an art teacher myself, that I was very empowered, and that was because of the advocacy work that was an integral part, ongoing, of what I did. And during my 30 years of teaching, there were 4 different situations where my position was on the line to be cut. And so advocacy work was very clear to me of why advocacy work had to be a part of what we do as art teachers. And my last time I was in that position of possibly being eliminated, or the position being eliminated, I wasn't at the center of the advocacy work, but my colleagues were, because all of them believed in the value and power and importance of art education, because so much of what we did was interdisciplinary work, so we collaborated in our delivery of instruction, which worked very well in the middle school that I taught in. So when I came to the department, I felt like it was really important to try to bridge that gap between the department and the classroom. And so I sent out a survey and asked teachers to answer some questions about, general questions about art education, music, dance, theater, and what they were doing, how they were doing it. And I started visiting classrooms. In my first 2 years at the department, I was in 375 classrooms in about a little over 100 school districts. And part of that was because I really missed the classroom, so I was there as much as I could be. And part of it was that it was really important that I be informed about what was happening in classrooms across the state in order for me to make suggestions and decisions and to promote at the state level arts education. So I didn't feel like I could do that unless I visited classrooms. And when I started that visiting, I realized how important it was to continue that. We are really fortunate in Maine that we have, at the middle school level, all of our students have MacBooks, so it's a one-to-one situation. And so students have technology at their fingertips just like they would a textbook or drawing tools, and it has become another piece of another tool, another medium in the arts classrooms. So I began to use the technology to communicate with people and realize that the blog could be a daily occurrence with me. I love to write. I love to celebrate what people are doing.
and I love to help people connect and plant seeds. So I utilize the blog in that way whenever I can, and also then to provide resources and information for teachers. So the blog has become a really valuable tool, and I have almost 1,000 visitors a week coming to the blog now. And so, you know, celebrating what teachers do on the blog is another way to utilize the blog in my mind.